The shocking statement from V, one of the figures who has recently been in the public spotlight, made the public wide-eyed. Because he openly alluded to JK's health condition, which has recently become a hot topic in various media. Is there something to hide? Or is all this just a coincidence? These questions continue to resonate in the minds of the public, while wild speculation is incessantly popping up. In an exclusive interview full of emotion and unexpected, V expressed his views on JK's condition, which reportedly deteriorated suddenly. I think there's a lot to be clear here. Don't let the public be blinded by one side of the story, said V in a serious tone that made the atmosphere suddenly quiet. This statement, inevitably, provoked a new wave of speculation that shook public opinion. JK's health condition, which was previously rumored to be in top shape, suddenly became a major concern. Rumor has it that he developed serious complications that required him to undergo intensive treatment. However, is this purely due to health, or are there other factors that influence it? Until now, JK's family and medical team still choose to remain silent. However, V provides a different point of view, and this will probably change the way we look at this situation. When a person of great influence suddenly falls ill, we must ask why. Is it really just a health issue, or is there something bigger behind the scenes? V continued, making the journalists in the room silent for a moment. With a face full of confidence, he implied that JK's health condition might not be entirely natural. This question became increasingly relevant when some parties began to associate the condition of JK with various political and economic interests. Not a few suspect that there is a dirty game involving certain parties to weaken JK, both physically and psychologically. I don't want to accuse anyone without evidence, but there is a pattern that is too suspicious to ignore, V said, looking intently into the camera. Meanwhile, those who support JK reject this speculation outright. They insist that what JK is experiencing is purely a health problem and has nothing to do with political intrigue. However, this rejection actually raises new question marks. Why are they so quick to argue? Is there something they are trying to hide? V's statement sparked mixed reactions from the public. On social media, the hashtag #AdoApadenganJK suddenly trended, with thousands of netizens giving their opinions. Most supported V and urged that further investigations be carried out to uncover the truth. We cannot just sit back and accept what is presented to us. The truth must be revealed, whatever the risk, one Twitter user wrote. However, not a few also criticized V because it was considered to confuse the atmosphere. This is not the time to speculate. We should have focused on JK's recovery, not creating conspiracy theories. One netizen commented on Instagram, in the midst of this wave of controversy, the atmosphere heated up even more when several other figures began to speak up. One of JK's close associates even accused V of crossing the line. What he did was not a form of concern, but an attempt to seek attention. If he really cares, he should help, not add to the burden, he said with an emotional tone. However, V did not remain silent. In a follow-up statement, he asserted that what he did was solely for the sake of truth. I am not afraid to face attacks or criticism. If anyone feels disturbed, maybe they are part of the problem that I am trying to expose, he said firmly. The biggest question that now hangs is, will there be an official investigation related to JK's health condition? Or will all this end up as speculation without a satisfactory answer? The public obviously wants transparency, but are interested parties willing to provide that? Amid this uncertainty, one thing is certain. V's statement has opened the door to a broader discussion. Perhaps this is the first step towards revealing the truth that has been hidden so far. Or maybe this is just a past breeze that will soon be forgotten. Until then, the public can only wait and observe. And behind all this, one question remains hanging. What is it really about JK? This situation has developed into a national issue that is difficult to avoid. Public pressure grew even greater, especially after some civil society organizations began to speak out. They demanded the authorities to provide clarification regarding JK's condition. We need an official explanation. Don't let this issue be filled with baseless speculation, said one of the organization's leaders in a sudden press conference. However, the JK family still chose not to provide a detailed statement. In a short statement, They only asked for prayers and support for JK's recovery. This attitude, although understandable by some, actually gave rise to more speculation. Is something being hidden? Or is JK's condition more serious than reported? Not only the public, the media was divided in responding to this situation. Some major media chose to continue to report on JK's condition with a more neutral approach, while others began to raise controversial theories that increasingly ignited people's emotions. One of the headlines even read, "JK's health, conspiracy or reality?" Political and health observers also participate in debates in various forums and talk shows. There are those who believe that this is purely a medical problem, but not a few who support V's view that there are indications of cheating behind the scenes. We have to be realistic. In the world of politics, anything is possible. No one is immune from intrigue, a senior political analyst said in an interview. The digital trail that ignited the fire when the public began to dig deeper, an old recording appeared that reheated the situation. In the video, JK is seen giving a statement that is considered controversial by some parties. Some suspect that this statement may be one of the reasons behind what he is going through now. The footage immediately went viral, and various theories began to appear on social media. Does anyone feel threatened by JK's statement, so choose to take extreme measures? Or is this just a coincidence that happened at the wrong time? The situation has become increasingly uncontrollable, with wild opinions constantly emerging. In the midst of a heated situation, several famous figures gave open support to JK. They assume that the speculation circulating will only make things worse. We must stop exploiting this situation for personal or political gain. JK is an important figure that we must respect, not we make speculation, said one public figure who is known to be close to JK. However, on the other hand, there were also those who supported V's courage to express his views. They believe that what V is doing is a form of courage that is rarely seen in the midst of a political culture that tends to be closed. If something goes wrong, we must not be silent. The truth must be revealed, no matter who is involved, said one activist who is active on social media. Suspicious silences behind this cacophony. There was one thing that intrigued the public even more: the silence of the usually vocal parties. Some figures known as close allies of the JK appear to have chosen not to comment. In fact, several important agendas involving them were suddenly cancelled without any clear explanation. This silence further reinforces speculation that something is being hidden. Is this a sign that the real situation is much more complicated than it seems? Or is this just a strategy to defuse the situation before things get worse? As time went on, speculation about JK's condition continued to grow. From alleged political conspiracies to theories about orchestrated health attacks,